So not sure. Oh, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna wait to see if anybody's up. Y'all up? Y'all woke? Y'all around? Anybody here? uh, well, while I'm waiting for the notifications to go out, I'm in Memphis. I'm at the DoubleTree. Hey, how you doing? I'm at the DoubleTree in Memphis, and I thought I would just go live. I tried to go live on my laptop and just anyway, I didn't get to do it. No, I'm actually in Memphis. I'm in Memphis, so I drove most of the day. And today, I didn't get out till late. I left like at 11 o'clock in the morning. Hey, hello everybody. So I had to like do this old school because I can't get connected to the internet on my computer. I'm like, ah. It's like, oh no, please don't do this to me. I need to record a meditation in the morning. How is everybody? I should have tried to use Restream on here. How is everybody doing? Um, so yes, I am New Orleans bound. I'm on my way, so it's going to be about 5.5 more hours when I decide to leave here tomorrow. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Yolanda and Angelic and Girl Talk. So 5.5 more hours. I'm hanging out with Secret Tarot for the next 5 days. Yep. Hey, Christina. I saw that the message came through, but I was driving. So, and oh, you're close to New Orleans? Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you two did some readings on it, sweetie. So I am on vacation, guys. I'm gonna try to do an energy report in the morning. It might be kind of fly-by-nighty a little bit. Thank you, V. Thank you. But yeah, I'm guys, I'm honestly vacationing. Like, I'm going to disconnect as much as possible. We're going to go live, and I'm going to be doing some stuff while we're down there. So don't be upset if I just don't get back to anybody. Like, I get it, you know? Thank you. Yeah, I want to tell you guys, I wanted to come live just to kind of chit chat and see what's going on. This like harkens back to day ones, right? Thanks, Dime Piece. Like day ones when, I used to go live from the phone. Hey, Illyrius, hello. Hey, BJ. So, when I used to just go live from the phone, I used to pull cards and all that kind of stuff. We used to do coffee convo and cards, So, Anywho's this is the thing. What is like crazy to me? Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, everybody, for wishing me a fun time. It is interesting when you really start to do the work. Hey, Crazy Blonde, how are you? And, you're building, right? Your practice, your business, whatnot, walking in your purpose. Yes, I do need time to recharge. I put this in the newsletter. If you guys get the newsletter, hopefully you guys are all subscribed to the newsletter, but I put this in the Oracle's Corner newsletter today. How I didn't realize just how much I needed to take time off until I decided to take time off. Hey, Big Mama. I didn't realize just how, intense I had been being, right? How yeah, I'm finding time to meditate. Probably not as much as I should. Thank you, honey. I'm so tired. I've been driving since 11 o'clock this morning, Central. It's 10:25 Central. Um, hey, Corey. Hey, sis. I didn't realize, though, like, how much it was taken out of me, right? Um, yeah, BJ, I'm so used to going on Restream and I can put people's stuff up. I'm gonna have to download the Restream app on my phone. And when I go live, like this week while I'm vacationing, but I didn't realize just how much it had really taken out of me. And I'm so grateful for everything. I'm so grateful for all the students. I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful for the growth in general. I'm so grateful that we've been able to like go into other platforms that are so welcoming, and that's why I try to be very welcoming here. And just to really get to know so many more people and really doing the work, and how many people are just really like stepping into their purpose, you know? Oh, thank you so much, Yolanda. Thank you for the super chat. Yolanda says you deserve a break. Thank you, love. Um, and and I'm always thinking of like new things, right? Like I'm always thinking of new things. Like I've got this like idea for like an entire podcast network so that we can have more like a network, like how iHeartRadio has their network, and like Joe Biden has his network, and I'm sure there's others that I don't know about, but um, like an actual network of like podcasts where we can all talk about whatever it is that's our like main thing, right? But it's like it can be under a whole umbrella. That, and then there's some other really cool things that are coming up. Um, that where you guys will be able to even have video, right, and all that. Well, Christina, I want you to be excited for you too. Like, this isn't just me. That's, I think, what I'm trying to like say is that I had not realized how much energy it's taken, for me to be the spiritual mama, for me to be the surrogate, for me to be the midwife, right? And stepping into that role as the midwife, as the surrogate, right? As the spiritual mama and the spiritual auntie. So everything that I'm doing isn't just for me. It's for all of us. I'm not doing this just so that I can be whatever. I'm doing this so that I, I can have like a huge like mansion basically with all these rooms, and all of us can come and partake, and all of us can get our message out, and all of us can step into our purpose, all those that want to, and we can be an impact in the world, right? So my main purpose is to be an impact, but I'm an impact by impacting other people to then be the person they're meant to be, right? So this isn't just me, it's all of us. I'm excited to know. Oh, I have to go back to like the old days where I have to push buttons. Live chat. Oh, God, I should have gone live on freaking. Okay, come on. Why can't I see the chat? Okay, somebody else type something in there so I can see. And but what I hadn't recognized, and I guess what I'm wanting to say to y'all, excited because I know you've done the work and you deserve all the blessings. Thank you so much, love. Hey, live in the moment. How are you, baby? What I'm trying to say, I'm like losing my train of thought. What I'm trying to say is that I didn't realize how much energy it really was taking out of me. A. B. I've interviewed a few people, and these podcasts haven't even dropped, that you can ask when honey, you'll have to put that in a comment. Put that in a comment, and then I'll see it there. Okay. Because it goes by too fast on the phone, and I can't get the damn laptop to hook up to the damn internet. So hopefully I can get that done so that I can do what I need to do in the morning. But anyway, I just didn't realize how much it was taking out of me, right? And I didn't realize, what I was going to say is that I've talked to a lot of people who have said, you got to have fun, like you got to release and have fun, and that helps your creativity overall. And, I understood that. But I didn't really understand it until I walked out that door this morning, and I still had work to do, guys. There were still things that I did not get done, right? There was still crap that I did not get done. Hey, Ms. Robin, thank you. And at some point this morning, I just had to say, that's it. It ain't happening. Nothing else is happening today. We're done. We are finito. Done. Not going. Can't do it. Won't do it. That's it. Because I had to say I need to disengage in order to re-engage. Thanks, Yolanda. I do. I had to disengage so that I could come back full of ideas and creativity. And hey, Melba, and allow myself the latitude to be free enough, right, to say, okay, these are the big dreams. So when I talk about a mansion for not just healers, but anyone that's in their purpose, but I guess healers and coaches mainly, right? It's a virtual mansion. I would love to have a physical mansion, and we might, but virtually, where, okay, maybe podcasting is your thing. Maybe you'd like to have, maybe you've got shows you're doing on YouTube, but you'd like to maybe put it on a network, right? And so why are we not creating that? So these are the things that I'm thinking of. And then being able to do retreats and everything. I want to see you guys in person, very soon, this summer or this fall. I want to meet people. I want to go around. Hey, cousin. Hey, thank you, Cups. Thank you, cousin Cups. So I want to go around. I miss being out. I miss being out and about with you guys. So if I could say anything to you guys, first of all, love yourself. Be good to yourself. And I really honestly mean that. Thank you, love. I'm going to put some of those gold things in there. I just ain't done it yet, but I'm going to do it tonight before I get down to the islands. Be good to yourself. Hey, Raz. Be super good to yourself. Cut yourself a break. I go so hard, so much. Guys, I get up at 8 o'clock every morning or earlier, but usually no later than 8. I don't go to bed until midnight, 1 o'clock. And I'm working the majority of the day. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. Your body cannot sustain that forever. Now, Crazy Blonde just said she hates 50 plus. Let me tell you something. I'll be 54 July the 16th, and I'm loving every minute. The thing is that as you grow spiritually, as you become more awakened, as your DNA begins to change, and all that stuff, because it does physically happen. This has been kind of proven. Your physical DNA changes. Okay? as that happens, you technically, like, I feel younger than I've felt in a long time. Your body changes, everything changes. However, your 3D self can't go balls to the wall for forever. So I want you to be really good to yourself. I want you to take some time off. Even if it's 3 days at a crack, if you take a 3-day weekend, disconnect. That's right, Raz. We're choosing to love heading towards 60. Right? So when you take that time to disconnect, honestly disconnect. Like my team told me today, I wasn't supposed to be on the YouTube streets, but I ain't on nobody else's channel, so I should be okay being on my own. I ain't gonna be with y'all very long. But anyway, so disconnect. And when you do disconnect, I want you to just kind of let go of all the stuff that's been weighing you down. Because what happens is we're moving, and trying and on this, right? We're going. And we don't really take the time to allow the things that we've set into motion, the energy that we've put out into the universe to create these big, wonderful goals. We don't give the universe actually time to let that marinate and let that cook. Please don't tell nobody, because they will. I'm telling you, them lady, my team is gonna get on my behind. Okay, they're gonna get in my ass this late, this after, whatever time. But we don't give that energy time. See, this is the thing. Well, feeling old, crazy, blonde is a choice, baby. I don't feel old. Only time I realize what age I am is when I take these braids down and I see how much gray is up underneath here. I was like, ooh. When I took them down this time, I said, Like, I would literally, like, I am basically, it ain't salt and pepper. It's a lot of salt, very little pepper. That's the only, and every once in a while I see it in my hands. But that's the only place I see it. I decided that's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. Anyway, but I've also made it a point to be very good to myself. See, when we go, we're not giving. Y'all know, have any of y'all ever made like homemade spaghetti sauce? Or any of y'all made like homemade chili? Right? Hey, Gigi, how are you? Good to see you. Any of y'all ever made homemade chili? Or homemade spaghetti sauce? Where you gotta let it like sit. Or have y'all ever made like lasagna and you made your marinara or your sauce from scratch almost? Now I'm not talking scratch like tomatoes. I'm talking tomato paste and tomato sauce. Okay? I can't do the full on scratch. But so when you make a sauce or you make a chili even, right? Have y'all ever noticed that the next day it tastes better than the first day that you made it? Right? Why is that? Because those seasonings, those spices have had a chance to really sit in that water, right? Or in that liquid, and then they break down. So the oregano and the basil, right? It has a chance to break down, right? And as it breaks down, then you get the fullness of the flavor. Why? Because it is released from the state in which it started, which was solid. I hope y'all can hear me. See, I'm in this hotel room, so I don't know who's on either side. I don't want nobody saying nothing because I'm trying to stay in this mood, right? Okay. So sometimes this is what I had to understand, and I was talking to my partner about this. I move so fast. Like I get an idea, and you guys, those of you that have been with me for a while, know that over the last 2 years, 3 years for sure, but the last 2 years for sure, I say something. I tell y'all, oh, da 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 da, and then it's here. I've talked about this all the time. How I live in the quantum, where it's not that I'm waiting for something to manifest like eons away, right? The manifestation didn't happen. Hey, Queen Tulsa, how are you? The manifestation didn't happen, okay? So I say it or I think it and I say it, and it within 48 to 72 hours it's happened. So I have to watch what I think and I have to watch what I speak. Okay, I have Crazy Blonde. It's in it's in the description below, all the links to everything. But please don't email me this week. Please, guys, unless you got like demon possession happening where somebody's spitting up pea soup or something, or somebody's head spinning on their neck. I'm going to need you to let me rest. I don't mean no harm to nobody that's listening to me now or on the replay. But I'm just really going to ask y'all, if you need to hear something from Miss Lisa, go back and watch an old video. Don't email me. Don't ask me for no readings. Nope. Let me rest. I'm going to get back to my story in 1 second. But I'm asking y'all to let me rejuvenate and have some fun and meet my YouTube bestie that I've never met in real life. And we've been besties for a while. Anyway, aka Secretary. So what I'm saying is that sometimes when we're putting, thank you, love, when we're putting things in motion, when we're creating, hey, Cericia, when we're creating our reality, what happens is that we end up rushing the process. Because, see, we put this out into the universe. We put our words into the universe. We put our thoughts into the universe. We put our heart into the universe, right? We put this out. And it's not that it doesn't happen, because I guarantee you it does. But sometimes when we move so fast, we don't give it enough time to marinate. We don't give it enough time for our energy to break everything down. So we will get a manifestation. But if we had kind of maybe planned it a little bit better, or not really pushed the issue so fast, it would have tasted like that lasagna you made tonight. It would taste like it does tomorrow. When you go pull it out of the refrigerator and cut that piece, child, and put it in the microwave, baby. Honey, them spices have broken down, and it's a thing. It tastes better. Okay, the chili is spicier. So what I was doing, and see, this is why I love to talk to y'all, because I'm be open and honest with you. What I was doing, what I have been doing for the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years really, is think, speak, believe, create. Think, speak, believe, create. And that's great because it's been an amazing run. But what I'm learning now is that if, hey, Natasha, how are you? Take all your time and rest. um, what I'm learning now is that as I have these big goals, because guys, I can't even share with you the big goals. They're huge. They're immense. They're immense. Write the vision, but wait on it because it's for an appointed time. Exactly. Patience is what's needed. Exactly. There's an appointed time for everything. But I think what happens is when we're in the habit and we become actual co-creators of our reality, we can, there's free will and it works and the principle works no matter what. So we can create a thing and it manifests, but it's almost like a premature baby. Ooh, the peach cobbler. Oh, y'all stop talking about the food down there now. Stop talking about the food now. I'm going to get some beignets too. Anyway, but sometimes I think what we end up doing is we have a premature baby. Now, the baby can live, right? You know, if you have your baby at about 8 months, usually you don't even have to put the baby in the NICU, right? In the neonatal ICU. You can usually bring the baby home relatively early, right? So we end up having a premature, just not real preemie, but we had that baby by 8 months instead of letting it bake, right, for a little bit longer so that it can gain some weight and gain some strength and come out full term. And then the growth pattern then is exponential, like it's where it should be. Instead of the preemie, right, the 8-month-old, if you notice, especially even if it's like a 7-month-old baby or something like that, or a 6-month-old baby that had to be in the NICU for a while and, it took a while before, you could bring the baby home. And there's all these developmental issues. This is good, y'all. This is some good stuff. Now I'm going to have to retitle this one because this is some good teaching right here. Y'all be sure and like and subscribe. If you ain't already, make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell. Share this. This is some good stuff. So what happens is when you have a premature baby, there's developmental issues later on. So I'm not saying anything that I've done thus far is completely premature, but I will say that a lot of the areas of my business and a lot of the growth of the business, even though there's been whoa. And baby, if I were to tell you some of the things that's coming up now and the doors that have been open and the people that I've been able to find favor with, it is amazing, right? And it is everything that I've asked for. I've asked for these things. However, there was developmental issues along the way. Why? Because I didn't let things fully marinate. I didn't let it fully cook. I didn't leave that baby in. That is the title, Developmental Issues. There you go. I'm going to change it as soon as I get done. I didn't let it, right? So what happened is the foundation wasn't there. So now we had, and over the course of the last year, year and a half, since I started Lightwork Academy and the Practical Lightworker, I've had to go back and rebuild some of that foundation because, see, somebody put in the chat, the lungs aren't fully developed. So the baby can breathe, but it's not going to get the maximum amount of oxygen for the maximum benefit to the body. Right? So what does this have to do with me going out to New Orleans? What this has to do with it is that I have recognized at this stage, because we're at a pivotal stage right now. Most of you are probably at a pivotal stage as well, if you really want to be truthful. Like, you're having to make some choices. There's some forks in the road. There's some forks in the road that you're having to look at and decide what you want to do with that and how you want to maneuver with it and which direction you want to go. And you're having to make some decisions about whether or not are you going to really put your heart into what you're being called to do, what you know is your purpose, and what does that look like, and when can you be a part of the Great Resignation, all that sort of stuff. Thank you, Sean Ray. Thank you. I'm glad you found me too. Glad we found each other. You're making these decisions. Some of it might be your relationship status. I mean, I know for me, I'm having to make some decisions about the situationship. Am I still going to stay on the ship? Because let me tell you something, baby. The ship was cool. We was having fun, playing shuffleboard and whatnot. But it ain't what it needs to be. I need to be thinking about what's the next step, or possibly next step, or not next step. Am I just going to just finally say this is this or whatever? So I'm having to make all kinds of decisions. I'm having to make decisions about who in my family I'm really going to be hanging with. You know what I'm saying? I have to make some decisions about, like Christina says, she's got a lot of offers coming her way. Well, I have to make some decisions about, at some point I got to learn how to say no. I wasn't saying no for a long time because I didn't want to let anybody down, because I wanted to do what was necessary to grow my business, to grow my practice, to grow my, you know what I'm saying, to get exposure so that more people would know that I'm here. That's the reality that a lot of spiritual people may not talk about. The reality is we do still need to operate in the 3D world. The problem is we don't like to build 3D foundations, so we have premature babies. Because in my condition, I'm waiting for my resurrection. In the meantime, I'm resting and meditating and studying. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You're doing exactly what you need to do. And the more that you meditate and study, right, the stronger your body will get. This is what I know to be true. This is what I know to be true. Is the more I move into my spirituality and the stronger this conversation gets, the stronger my body gets, the stronger my mind gets. The kicker with all that, though, is then as your body gets stronger, your mind gets stronger, sharper, you're being spirit-led. So this isn't really, it's engaging, but it doesn't really need to engage that much. What ends up happening is that you just go balls to the wall. And you don't let stuff properly marinate. And you take the opportunity, the chance on not building a strong foundation upon which to build the house. Right? So you thought you were building a 2-bedroom home. All of a sudden, before you know it, you really got a 4-bedroom house, but your basement only goes for the 2. And so now you're like, ooh, well, do I tunnel underneath here and pour some cement over there? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Because you want it all to be in a strong foundation. So you got to be careful with the developmental issues that can happen when you have premature babies. When you don't let your pot marinate for long enough so that it can come into the fullness. Now, that doesn't mean you don't do, but that means that we have to really be open to letting the plans unfold. And what I'm learning now is to take it even to another level. You know, I teach y'all about manifestation and immersing yourself in the life that not just that you so desire, but the life that you've chosen. Okay? The chosen life that you intend to live. And it is intention because you're putting intention behind it. But it is also so much that that when you can fully comprehend, or almost fully, that the future already exists in the present. So I think mindfulness, in a sense, has robbed us of some things. Or we've just not understood time and space. So my point is I am always living in the future. However, I'm having to slow my time down, slow this down, so that I can build the proper foundation, so that as the future comes into the present, I've already brought all of this to meet it. So I'm ready for it. See, I'm just going to keep it a being. I thought I was ready. And so to anyone that I've not fulfilled every promise to that I made, I apologize. Please forgive me. We're going back and correcting those wrongs now. So where I've fallen short, please assign it to my desire to grow and fulfill the purpose above all else. And it was never intentional. Good night, dear. It was never intentional for me not to fulfill my promises. 25 years ago, not coming to fruition after I thought I was dead. There you go. You know, there's something to be said for that time of rest. There's something to be said for that time of training. You know, the time Moses spent as a Bedouin shepherd, right? The time that Jesus spent away before he popped back on the scene, right? If you look at any spirituality and any consciousness revelation, you'll find that there's always a time of rest. There's always a time of study. There's always a time of gathering up, right? The energy and learning and letting it marinate. So I'm taking this time to let some things marinate. I'm actually taking some time to disconnect my 3D self from everything so that I can hear clearly. And I can release any stress, and it's like, oh my gosh, all this stuff, right? Because I never want Heart of Inspiration or Lightworker Academy or the Practical Lightworker or anything else that I'm doing to become so stressful that it no longer becomes purposeful because I'm so caught up in the 3D. So I say all this to say this. I'm going away. And I know my people are not going to be ready for it. Well, let me tell you something. Christina says that she's an idea that she wants to manifest, but she knows her people aren't ready for it. Um, does it matter? Many people are not going to do it. Does it matter? No. No. I there's a level of which I do see what's happening, like in the marketplace, so to speak. I watch what's going on YouTube. I watch what's happening here, whatever there. Just because it makes sense from a business standpoint. However, that does not stop me from breaking the mold. That does not stop me from being first to market here, first to market there. This is the practical side of being a practical light worker. Like, there's some realities. So if it's part of your purpose and it's just not out here in that form, who gives a rat's patootie? Let me tell you something. People are shocked when I say, guess what? There's been 13 messianic consciousnesses or figures in recorded human history. 13. Christ being the last one. That floats many people's boat. I mean, that rocks people's worlds. You cannot be concerned about what people accept coming out of you. Absolutely. Thank you, Raz. Let them be shocked, girl. I love shocking. Please, shock. Shock away. Shock value. The more shocking, the better. It is what the frickety frack it is. I care not. Right? So, where was I? Okay. So, basically, good night, Miss Robin. Thank you. Oh, you'll see me, guys. Be sure you have that bell on, because I'm going to be down in New Orleans. And I'm going to be going live, baby. I'm going live from down in New Orleans. I'm going to take y'all to the different shops I'm going to. All kinds of stuff. No, y'all coming on this trip with me. Now, except for when I'm doing things I don't want y'all to know about. Other than that, y'all coming with me. Because I want you to, listen, we all need to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Okay? You don't get into business for yourself. Okay, good, Miss Robin. You don't become an entrepreneur and step out of the boat and onto the water so that you're stuck in the house or stuck behind a desk or stuck behind a computer screen. I didn't. That being said, I will also say this to y'all. Do not just be careful that you're not giving birth to your purpose, your baby, and it's premature, and so it has developmental issues. Set a good foundation out. That doesn't mean you don't do it. So don't get analysis paralysis. But as you're thinking towards the future, build the foundation for the future. And be set, so set, and so settled, and so full of faith that you know that you know that you know you are this person. You are this successful business owner. Or you are this whatever this is. That you are that. Know that so much that you live that. I'm going to say it again. Know that you know that you know that you are that person that you see in the future, your future self. So much so that you literally are that in the present. So any and all decisions you're going to make, you're making as that person. You're making as that person. And when you make those decisions as that person, I guarantee you that by and large, probably 90% of the time at least, you're not going to end up with developmental issues. You won't end up with developmental issues because you're already living as that person that already, shall we say, possesses the land. Okay, so you're already living as the queen. You're already living as the king. You're already living because you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that's who you are. Remember, guys, those of you that have been with me for a while, remember I used to always sing a part of the song, I know who I am. I know who I am. Right? I know who I am. I am yours. I am yours. Right? So, if you know who you are, you're going to be that person. If you know who you are, you're going to act like you know who you are. It's not going to be a shock to the system. It's going to be that, right? So I'm making decisions now. Like I am that person now. That has the multimedia platform, that has the podcast network, that has the television network, that has the full-blown Lightworker Academy, that has, right, all of these things, that has a, we'll just start with 10K, but really, I think I'd be happy if the channel was at about 30K. I don't necessarily need to be at 100K. I don't need to. If it happens, it would be wonderful. But, hey, 10K in a couple, 3 months, maybe. 30K, a little while after. I'd be super happy at 30K. It's a decent size channel. Grow the Instagram. Really, it's that podcast chat. I'm unhooking the. Hey, Ty. I'm turning the combination on that lock for that podcast. Yes. That's one of my favorite gospel songs. Anyway, I'm rambling now. You can tell I'm tired. So watch out for development issues. Be like you are. Like, I want you guys to really grab on to that future person and really, what would you do if that future person was you right now? How would you live your life? What decisions would you make? Right? How would that impact any side hustles you're doing so they can eventually become your main hustle? What would you do different? And then start doing it. So that way, when the future self meets current, you got a strong foundation and you don't have developmental issues where you got to take that child back to the doctor like I've been having to do to fix it all, and it still ain't fixed. Okay? My last Libra reading. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, gang. I'm going to let y'all go. What time is it? Oh, child. It's 11 o'clock. I need to give me some sleep. I have 5.5 more hours. I'm going to try to get some stuff done before I leave this here hotel in the Marion. So the energy report might be coming this way in the morning, child. But I'm going to get up and have me a good breakfast, I think. Give me a few hours of sleep. Hey, Selena, Life of a Creative Capricorn. Thank you, baby. So, all right, y'all get some rest, okay? I'll be back. Make sure that bell is hit, because y'all don't never know. I'm going to be going live. Child. From New Orleans. Good night, Raz. Oh, you're so welcome. I love talking to y'all. And I'll download Restream, and so the next time we talk, we can all chat together, okay? All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Let me give you some rest, honeys. I will talk to you soon, okay? Take care.